Hello. I think that's crooked. Hi. Today is Wednesday, April 11th, and making my vlog for today. Let's see. I was running yesterday, and I found something when I was running, and I have to back up and explain a little bit that there's a blog that I follow. It's somebody who lives in the town that I live in, and I was introduced to him because the running store we have, they put together like little running groups and stuff, and so I'd never met this guy before, never heard of him or anything, and we were running, and he was part of that group that day, and I don't know who he was, but the owner of the store was like, "Oh yeah, that's Rob Buck," and so I'm like, oh, okay. And Nick at the time told me that, you know, he works for the newspaper and he has this blog that he collects things and everything else. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'll look up the blog, I guess. So it probably took me a while, though, because a lot of times I think of doing something and then I don't actually do it. I'm really good about thinking about calling people, but I don't actually pick up the phone and call them, because usually when I'm thinking about it, it's not a good time to call them. So it's weird like that. So I eventually looked up this blog, and I'm pretty sure I was hooked from the beginning. I mean, it was just an interesting spin. He runs, and he likes to find things when he's running, like trash/treasures, unique things. I mean, some things are really different. Some things are things that you see all the time, or whatever. So I've been reading this blog. I would say I'm a fan, and I've actually... I don't know if that was like a year ago, maybe not quite a year ago, but I was following his blog, and I had met him that one morning, just briefly, like I don't even, like it just briefly, like I don't even know if we even like specifically talked to each other that day. I just remember him there at that run. So and I think I've only seen him actually in person only like a handful of times, which is weird because I consider him a good friend. A good vlogging friend, a good running friend, and but I don't actually ever really see him very much. But I tend to be that way anyways. I mean, some of the people that I consider to be a really good friend, like my friend Susie, I've never met Susie in real life. I've met her parents, I've met her brothers. I don't know if I've met your sister. I think maybe I have. I don't know. I'm talking to Susie like she's sitting right there. I don't know if I've met your sister. I might have at one point, just if she was at your parents' house when I was there. I don't know. But I've met Susie's husband. I've never met Susie. So, but I consider Susie one of my dearest friends. And so that's just how I am. I'm a very very loyal, friendship-driven type person. So it doesn't matter if we see each other all the time. If there's something there, which it varies from person to person, but if there's something there that's special and connects us for whatever reason, then you are my good friend. So, so anyways, his blog kind of inspired me, and after I started this blog, I became more aware of actually paying attention when I was out running, just to things that you see. I mean, I know it's probably a given that you see a lot of trash, which kind of bugs me. We are such a litterful society, and I know that's no newsflash. Everybody knows that, but if you really pay attention, really open your eyes, it is amazing the trash and junk, or even good things that you find. I mean, Rob finds things. He finds clothes. He finds, I don't know, I probably couldn't name off the top of my head because I'm not good at remembering those types of things, but he finds useful things all the time that he actually washes and wears or uses or whatever. And so I kind of became inspired to do that as well, and I just I used to dedicate one day a week to like really paying attention or really trying to find that treasure or whatever it was. And for a while I had Tuesday's Treasure, but then I changed it up for Tuesday's Tunes, whatever. So so I do, but I don't look. Like, I don't make it my point to look, but I keep my eye open in case I do see something. And I found some really, really fun and interesting things. I moved my Tuesday Treasure to Friday's Findings, but the thing about that is I don't ever blog on Fridays, and that's not intentional. It just seems to be Fridays are really bad days. And I almost did blog last Friday because in some ways I had no excuse whatsoever, but I knew that I was going to be running a half marathon the next day, and I was really like embracing the whole, I'm going to rest today. Carmen, you need to pick that up. You don't know. I was embracing the whole rest theory about resting for a race the next day because I sat in bed last Friday afternoon and watched 2 movies back to back. So, but I was like, I'm resting. I need this. I earned it. I'm racing tomorrow. Whatever, just being lazy. So, but you know what? We need that from time to time. So anyways, I could have blogged last Friday. Had no real reason why I couldn't have. I had all afternoon to do it. I just didn't get on the computer very much. And that's neither good or bad. It's actually probably good, better than I need it. So, but I have several pictures of several things. I have this stash of things that I have found. And I keep saying, oh, I'm going to post about it. And then I don't. And then I keep adding to my collection. And I so much want to like tell you. In fact, one of the things is sitting right there that I found yesterday that adds to my collection that I have several of. And but I'm not going to show it to you. Hopefully this Friday. I don't want to say maybe. I don't want to say a promise. But I'll really shoot for this Friday to post those pictures and get it done. So anyways, so I like to find things, and a lot of times they're just totally random things that I find out on my run. I have found, like I found a pair of shorts and washed them, and they actually fit my husband, so I gave them to him. So not everything, I mean, some of it really is just trash. Some of it's stuff I'm never going to use. It's just kind of neat that I have. So I was running yesterday, and something caught my eye. And it never fails that when I'm running, and I don't know, Rob, maybe you do this or not, that like you see it and you take like 2 or 3 more steps before it sinks into your head what it is that you actually just saw. Because I always like, I run, I see something, I take 2 or 3 more steps, and then I'm like, whoa! And then I have to like turn back around to pick up whatever it was. I never see it coming. It never fails that if I see something coming, I'm looking, I'm like, what is it? Ooh, what is that? It looks really neat. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's just a piece of plastic, whatever. So, to back up, earlier in the day, Rob had posted a picture asking for some opinions and thoughts and everything because he is going to a baseball game this weekend in St. Louis, and it's the good old classic Cubs versus Cards. And so he asked, who should he cheer for? He's not really a fan of either, but he's going to be down there, and he has tickets to go, so he might as well cheer for someone. It's kind of like the Super Bowl when your team doesn't make it. You still kind of want to cheer for somebody, so you kind of got to decide who to cheer for. And so he said whoever had the most votes, he would cheer for them at the game. So, of course, people were commenting and stuff like that. And it was actually kind of an observation I made yesterday that strictly an observation. Do not send hate mail if you don't agree with my opinion here. I'm just saying. But Cardinal fans are super arrogant. They're like, well, since we're the superior, since we have won like 3 World Series in the last blah blah years and whatever pennants or whatever, we've won this, but clearly we're the superior one. You should obviously cheer for us. And I'm just like, wow, that was an observation I made. So, which kind of in general, if you have a team that you're cheering for, you pretty much think that they're good anyways. Not always, actually, because I will be the first to admit that a lot of times, not always, but we know that the Cubs aren't a winning team. They haven't won a World Series in 100 years. They get all the way up to like the bottom of the 8th inning and then blow it completely when there's like, oh, it was right there. I mean, we know that. We're the underdog. We may not be the best, but that's the funny thing, though. And I hope this is totally making sense because it was a bunch of random things that all connected together. I was reading a book today, Searching for God Knows What, I think is the name of the book by Donald Miller, who I absolutely love. And his book was talking about why in society, why do we as people, I mean, this can be applied to a lot of different things, but he did also talk about sports teams and about how, why does one have to be superior? Why does one have to be the best? Why do we have to get so cocky and arrogant, and when really as humans we're all equal? We were all created equal. Sure, some people have better talents than other people, But at the core of all that, we're all still just human. And we're all still the same. God loves us all the same. Nobody was created out of a better motive than another person. I mean, when it comes down to the whole issue of how God created us and how we are supposed to be as humans, we're all the same no matter what. Regardless of our talents, regardless of what we do or don't. But yet we constantly pit each other against each other as to who has to be superior. There has to be a superior. Somebody has to be better no matter what. So if it's in terms of baseball, there has to be one superior team. Why? Why can't they just all be great ball players? Because quite honestly, there are a lot of really great ball players for the Chicago Cubs. Whether from years ago, you can think of a lot of great players that have come to the Cubs. Even Sammy Sosa, who was probably one of the most well-known and talented players that played for the Cubs and stuff. And but yet some people don't. I don't know what I was going to say there. I just lost my train of thought. But anyways, so it just kind of got me thinking. Because yesterday I was thinking, wow, Card fans are really arrogant. And they really have to, like, tout their, we got so many World Series and we're just better and blah, 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 whatever. And yet the Cub fans are like, go Cubs. You know, we know we're the underdogs. We know we haven't won in 1,000 years. And, of course, that tends to be what makes us true fans anyway. Whether it be Cubs, whether it be Cards, whether it be, I mean, I'm a Hawkeye fan. Total Hawkeye fan, and we've had several great years in Hawkeye football. That it's been great. We've been winning. We've had winning seasons. We've gone to so many bowls, whatever. But there may come a time, and maybe this year, maybe a couple years later, I don't know, where the Hawkeyes are going to totally suck. They're going to lose every game. We're going to be like, what in the world are they doing? They're just totally blowing it. They've already done it a couple times the last few years. We're like, they totally should have won that game, and they just totally blew it. Why? But we're still fans. So definitely kudos to you. I mean, if you're a Cards fan and you're a Cards fan no matter what, whether they win or they lose, that's great. I can respect anybody that's a fan of anything if you're a fan for them no matter what, good or bad. I'm not arguing with that point. So anyways, I don't know if I'm making sense. It kind of all makes sense in my little brain and whatever, and kind of got a little philosophical anything, whatever, which is not necessarily my thing, so I'm not really smart, sophisticated like that. But anyway, so I was running. This all comes together, trust me. And I have cookies in the oven. If my timer goes off, I'm out of time. So I need to keep this contained today. So anyways, I saw something on the side of the road. And I had been thinking about, you know, Rob's picture and Rob's comments and the Card fans saying, well, obviously we're the best. Why should they cheer for us? And I saw this and I picked it up. And I don't know if you can see it or not. But I'm going to hold it up here in just a minute if you can't. I picked it up and I waved it and I'm like, it's a sign! It's a sign! So this is what I found. This is what I found on the side of the road. It's a towel. It's got a little hook here. I'm not sure why it has just a hook. Maybe it's a specific kind of towel that it's supposed to be for something. I don't know. I'm not really a beer fan, so that's why I'm not showing that part. Not against beer. I'm just saying I am not a beer fan. So, anyways, I saw this on the side of the road, Linwood Road. I'm just running along, been thinking about the comments, thinking about who we should cheer for, thinking about, you know, just the things he blogs about, whatever, because he's a friend and I'm a fan. And I saw this. And, of course, I'm a Cubs fan, so, of course, I'm going to notice this logo anywhere because it was all kind of, like, crumpled up and on the side of the ground, and I picked it up. I picked it up 2 steps forward, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, turn around, pick it up and grab it, and keep on running. I'm running down Linwood Road, which is a very busy road at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, it's a sign! It's a sign! So I'm just saying, and I honestly, whatever, whoever you cheer for, I'm just saying, because you said you were going to cheer for whoever had the most votes, which I have a plan of potentially manipulating that. I'm just going to admit that now. But I can tell you what the plan is. So, but to me, this was a sign. This was a sign, Rob, that you need to cheer for the Cubs. I'm just saying. So, anyways, and if you want, you can even have this. You can have this. You can take it to the game. You can be like, woo, that was a sign. So, please don't touch the camera, Carmen. Thank you, precious love. So I'm going to get my day. I'm making my special cookies, my special, not chocolate chip, my special oatmeal, fingers away from the camera. I'm almost done. My special oatmeal raisin cookies that has a special ingredient in it. I'll have to take pictures and show it to you later. But that's my vlog for today. I had a sign, which I don't know what that means because I don't want to say that it was a sign from God because I don't really think God cares about who. Careful, you're going to knock the camera. Well, not that God doesn't care. I shouldn't say that because God does care. He cares about a lot of things. He cares about everything. But, ooh, there goes my buzzer. But I don't, I'm still going to be your friend, even if you cheer for the cards. Just go have fun and have a great day. And I hope everybody has a great day. And we will see you next week. Hopefully on Friday I'll get to post my pictures. Have a good day. Bye.